Hello guys, it's your boy W from Sweden, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys the largest trade that I have ever made in my life. This is by far the biggest trade that I've ever done in terms of amount of items ever. Like, even when you think back to the huge key trades where you could trade like sapphires and rubies for thousands of keys, this is still more items in a single trade. And while it's not my most expensive trade ever, because I've done a lot of those videos in the past, this is still the largest ever with items. And the item that I bought is a very weird item that I usually don't buy. It's a CS weapon case. But before I show you guys that trade, I want to thank today's video sponsor, which of course is SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is one of the best and easy to use trading sites for CS2, and it's perfect to switch up your loadout to play with new skins. And by using the link in the description or using code ANOMALY, you get a deposit bonus of up to 35%, which is crazy. And if you're doing your first trade on SkinsMonkey, you can put code ANOMALY and get up to $5 for free. Plus, they've got a bunch of extras like freebies for free skins and free balance, and they've also got 24/7 live support. So if you want to try them out, then do so from the link in the description, and thank you once again SkinsMonkey for sponsoring this video. Now, which is this weird weapon case that I bought? Well, if we look in my inventory and search, we can see one single Operation Phoenix weapon case. Now, one weapon case isn't much to write home about, but this is in fact the item that I bought a lot of. And how many Operation Phoenix cases did I buy? Did I buy, 1,000? 2,000? No. 3,000? Still no. If I search Phoenix case, you can see that I have 11 storage units filled with only Phoenix cases. I bought 11,000 Phoenix weapon cases, which is actually really stupid when you think about it. Because look, like, this is just the contents of one of these storage units, and I have 11 of them. This is going to be a whole mission to sell. It's going to be really difficult and probably time consuming. And yeah, I'm not sure if this was a good idea or a bad idea. Now, what's even crazier to think about and like hard to understand is that the guy I bought all of these cases from actually bought them himself in 2014. And he had to spread all of these cases out between 11 of his different accounts because storage units didn't exist back then. So you would have one account could hold 1,000 skins, or in this case 1,000 cases, and then that was it. You couldn't fit any more items in an inventory. And I actually talked to the guy because I think it's interesting to hear someone's story when they have such a big or expensive collection like he did, especially of just cases. And he said he bought all of these cases individually for about $0.03 or $0.04. The total amount he paid for all 11,000 cases was only about $300 or $500, he said, somewhere in between there, which is absolutely insane. And I mean, the Phoenix case, it's a pretty decent case. I asked him, why didn't you sell the cases earlier? Because now, I'll get to the pricing a bit later, but now the cases are pretty expensive. He just answered with, I forgot about them. He said that he forgot about them for like 8 or 9 years before remembering that he even had those cases on those accounts and deciding, maybe I should sell them. And these Phoenix cases weren't the only cases he had. Apparently, he had weapon case 1, 2, 3, Bravo cases, a bunch of esports cases and breakout cases, but he had already sold all of those, and these were actually the last cases that he had left in his collection. So this is by far one of the most insane success stories of case investing. If I just assume that he has similar amounts of these other cases that he already sold that he had of Phoenix cases, I guarantee you, mega pocket watching alert, he probably has made, hundreds of thousands of profit, which, shit, congrats, bro. Good luck explaining that to your accountant, like, oh, where did all this shit ton of money come from? He's like, yeah, video games and this little box that you can open. Basically, I just bought like 50,000 of those boxes, and now I sold them. The accountant just fucking shoots his head off. Now, one thing I think is pretty interesting is, what if I were to open all of these 11,000 cases? What would I get? What can I expect? Well, I've done the math, and we're gonna see. 11,000 cases would give me 8,792 blue skins, which would be approximately split up like these numbers. I would get 1,758 purples, and the numbers would look something like that. I would get 352 pinks, meaning that I could trade up to 35 reds with those. That's kind of insane. Speaking of reds, I would get on average 70 reds, meaning 35 op Asimovs, and that's pretty good. And of course, the case also has a bunch of other really nice skins, like the AK Redline that was so stable in price, it was actually used as 2 keys back in the days. It was used as currency, which is crazy to think about nowadays. But the most interesting is, of course, the knife. How many knives would I get? Well, I would get 28 rare special items. 28 of these knives, and considering it's the Phoenix case, so the knives you get are the very old OG knives, you have a chance of getting like Karambit Case Hardened 387. That's a $1.5 million knife. You have a chance of the 349 Perfect Diamond Karambit Slaughter. Very, very cool patterns, right? Very expensive. And you'll be getting 28 knives. Let's be honest, are you going to get any of those super expensive knives? No. But you're probably gonna end up with like 28 Gut Knife Safari Mesh and the Flip Knife Urban. And something that I just saw that I think is very funny is if you go on the Steam market and search Phoenix case, there's only 3,480 listed. That means that I have more than 3 times the amount of Phoenix cases that the entire Steam market has. Dude, that's absolutely insane. Now, a question many of you guys are probably asking me, Anomaly, why the fuck did you buy all of these cases? You usually say in your videos you don't buy cases. Well, frankly, just because it was such a ridiculously large amount of cases, I thought, you know, this could be pretty fun. I've never done something like this before. And me and the seller were going back and forth about the price, talking about it, and because I guess these were the last few cases that he was going to sell before he had liquidated his whole investment, I got a pretty decent deal because I was buying them all in bulk. And I definitely would not have bought it if the case wasn't an old legendary case like the Phoenix case, but something like the Kilowatt case or the Gallery case, I would not have bought it then. That's why I deemed this trade to be worth it and a pretty, like, nice investment. But I'm not gonna lie, you know, it has its downsides as well. I'm a little worried about cases in CS. Recently, as you probably know, there's been quite some drama about cases. You know, Coffeezilla made video about Valve basically being the main case opening simulator, right? And Netherlands and Belgium have already banned cases outright, and France have made it so you have to open it with this loophole X-ray cases, which is weird, and maybe we'll start seeing that for other countries as well, especially considering the fact that Valve have added the Armory Pass, right? Where you can just buy collections and you get the skin. It's a lot different than opening cases, and you know, being able to buy the Deagle Heat Treated, there you just pay 25 stars and you know what skin you're gonna get. Sure, you don't know the pattern, but you know what skin you're getting. In my opinion, something that is pretty concerning for cases is the fact they made every single case rentable. You can rent the Phoenix case if you want to. Does that mean that in the future, you know, you're gonna be renting your skins instead of buying them? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't hope so. But with governments limiting cases and loot boxes in games, maybe that's something we'll see in the future. I don't know. Anyways, that was me telling you guys about the biggest trade I've ever done. 11,000 items. I can say, by the way, it was a pain in the assholes to get all of these cases into these storage units. I don't have no automated program or some Indonesian child worker who just puts all the cases in for me. No, I did it all with this finger, bro. And I tell you, after that day of just putting all of these cases into the storage units, my finger was tired, bro. Very tired. So now I'm not looking forward to when I eventually want to sell these, because that's me clicking 11,000 times on retrieve items and then me sending trades with 11,000 cases in. It's gonna take a long time. So yeah, hopefully I get some profit from these cases, and if I do, it's gonna be well deserved, both for me and the guy who sold them. It's just a cool story. And yeah, before you ask, fuck you, I'm not actually gonna open them. Those numbers were just for fun. This is an investment. Weapon! What? Hello? Oh, nice.